Now to convert this basic block to a loose fitting block, firstly you will have to add some ease allowance at the side seam, and also you will have to increase the armhole depth. So at the armpit level I am going out by 1 centimeter. This is to add ease at side seam, and from there I am going down 1 centimeter. This is to make the armhole more deeper. So this is a new armpit level. Now you have to redraw the armhole, reshape it. Now everywhere on the side seam you have to add about 1 centimeter more ease allowance. Reshape the side seam. At center front, you have to leave at least 2 centimeters extension for button and buttonhole stand, and from there you have to leave about at least 6 centimeters as placket extension, which will get folded inside. So from the center front, I am measuring out 2 centimeters. This is the buttonhole stand. I have drawn it in a green colored line. You have to fold on the green colored line, fold the paper. And you have to turn the pattern. So from here you can leave about 4 to 6 centimeters extra as placket extension. I am cutting off the extra paper. Now you have to cut on the neckline so that the placket extension will get the same shape as a neckline on top. Now you can open the fold. If you want, you can keep a very wide extension which is reaching till the shoulder seam. Write all the information: button and buttonhole stand. This is the placket extension. I am drawing the new armhole and the side seam too in green line. Now this is a new shape of your loose fitting block. You have to write all the pattern information on this. Since it is having an opening at center front, it is buttoned down. You have to write the pattern information as cut 2. Label it as loose fitting blouse block size 8. You have to follow the same procedure even for back, except that at center back there is no extension and the back pattern is kept on fold and it is cut 1.
Done.
Which
Ready.
wasn't off.
On. Start. Start. Ready.
I will move on to show how to make a convertible collar. A convertible collar is a shirt collar, but you don't have to keep the first button open. You can keep it closed or open. If you keep it open, it will fall back to form a tiny revers at center front. So it may look like a jacket label, but it is not so. The convertible collars resemble the jacket labels. So for that, firstly you will have to measure the front neckline and the back neckline on the pattern, and you have to record the measurements. You will have to record the shoulder width measurement. You will need a shoulder width measurement to decide on the height of the collar. You have to take half of shoulder width as the height of the collar and draw a rectangle with the width equal to the neckline measured on the pattern. The width of the rectangle is neckline on bodice, and the height would be half of shoulder plus 1.5 centimeters. Label one edge of the rectangle as center back. Label one long edge as top and one long edge as neckline. AD is the center back. On the AD line from A, you have to measure up 0.5 centimeters. And you have to connect this point to the midpoint of line AB. So I have connected it to the midpoint on line AB. Now from point C, you have to measure up 1.5 centimeters and you have to measure out 1.5 centimeters. Mark this point as E. Now you have to connect B to E. From point D on the top edge, you have to measure down 0.8 centimeters. Now you have to connect D to E passing through the middle of the CD line. I am drawing the final shape of the collar in green line. So this is the shape of the convertible collar. You have to write all the pattern information. The center back will be kept on fold. So you have to write the on fold symbol. The collars are always made in 2 layers. So this will be on fold, cut 2, label it as convertible collar. I'll just write all the value.